Alrighty, it is currently 7:30 a.m. And again, the documentation shows that during the 6 a.m. hour, I have been in this position inside of this building right here through this lobby door. And you've seen that you saw inside of the hotel room, that you see covering the front entrance, that you see spilling into the front entrance and onto the wall, my upright shadow. All of that is entirely impossible. You're looking at a crime scene in the same way that you would look at blood splattered all over and fingerprints on the knife. This is recognizing the crime scene where federal group stalking and monitoring is underway. It's also exposing demon possession. That's demonic, that light activity, that is impossible. That's synonymous, that's what I'm referencing when I say impossible light activity. It's the recognition of a crime scene. And this is the position where I've already documented on this wall was engineered light, and the light was touching all over my body, and the window panels on this door created light activity reaching into the depths of that hallway. This was during the 6 a.m. hour, and the entity's posture of the fake sun was so low in order to reflect off of a window of the Motel 6. That's Motel 6, a group stalker. And the light was shooting all the way across the parking lot at a great distance to hit precisely my person, my location, engineered light. And you saw a demon that was group stalking on the bench, okay? That's already captured, and then you're looking at, that was during the 6 a.m. hour. It's after that time right now, and you see the fake sun at the entrance area. Remember, at 7:53, which was yesterday, the fake sun is in a position to see it through the hallway window, which is facing the 7-Eleven. This is 7-Eleven, you can see over the brick wall. And this is the placement of the fake sun. The entity is maintaining this environment, going from it's so low, it's ricocheting off of the building, touching my body with light at this back parking lots section. And remember, it's going from, as I step out of my room throughout the day, to show you what I'm documenting with regard to this specific environment, while housekeepers who are demon-possessed, group stalking at the venue, are engaging in demonic conduct, which is relevant to terrorism, psychological torture, corporate invasion of privacy, criminal surveillance, and federal stalking. They're doing so while they are, again, acting with impunity. These are demons that even as they are witnessing and aware, and because you are foolish enough to continuously engage in the criminal pattern of conduct, it's not suggesting that you're not engaged in federal stalking. In other words, that you don't know. That's not going to be based on or pivotal with regard to whether you're going to federal prison, and whether the pattern of conduct is what is going to establish it, not feigning ignorance by some demon. Satan will never speak the truth, ever. That's why you're surrounded with evidence. That is insurmountable, by the way, and it's going to start with the sunrise and sunset at this same building. And so at this hallway window, that's on the side of the building that you can't see right here, but that's why I'm facing this corner, because this is what you're looking at while I'm showing you the fake sun over my head at this side of the building facing the 7-Eleven. So this is logistically what you're looking at. What the entity is doing is it's keeping a fake sun. Again, assuming that you already know, the entity moves the fake sun as I move. That's how you know that a population is stalking you. That's how exclusive it is. That's also how you're recognizing who's the demon and who's not with regard to what I'm documenting. In addition to that, the entity is keeping the fake sun over the hallway window all day long, and then the entity is keeping the fake sun. It goes from being at the hallway to being in perfect alignment with my window while it is setting, and it's still seen over the Motel 6 12 hours from now, 11 hours from now, after 6 p.m. That's with regard to the placement of the light source. It goes from the side of the building, and then it moves to be, and not remaining at the edge. This is what I was describing yesterday. It doesn't remain at this edge, and I'm capturing from my hotel room from this vantage point, showing you the fake sun over there. No, the entity keeps the fake sun in alignment with me. My room is more so closer toward the center, not the edge. The fake sun goes to be in a position and alignment to my room. That's why it's over the top of my window. 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in alignment with the physical position of my hotel room. The entity is then keeping it, and it's just remaining farther. Remember, rising in alignment with my face, setting in alignment with my face over the top of my head throughout the duration of the day. That's not the sun, and it's also clearly seen while I remain at one address. That is the ability to recognize that a whole population is stalking one person, and only demons do that, and all of their behavior in that remarkable environment, which is clearly seen by anyone, a 5-year-old. Okay, is engaging in what is federal stalking and federal group stalking, which is criminal surveillance. And the demons, who are the people of the state, they're doing it on behalf of the government. So any aspect of the P.O.C. that are ordinary target individual documents, they're blowing the whistle on the state government. And that, let me be clear, as a foundation, that's the police department, the sheriff's department, the fire departments, every single last one. It's not just speaking to, oh, you just captured one demon and their license plate was that, and that you don't know what's what. No, you have probable cause to investigate, and as a basis of probable cause, the entire county, if you will, the state, is subject to investigation with regard to federal group stalking and monitoring. It's a statewide crime. They're not ceasing to engage in that criminal system when you go from one county to the other so as to lose their ongoing surveillance as you move to Northern California, and the entity's not engaging in keeping you under surveillance anymore. That's not the pattern of conduct. And that's also not what the evidence shows. This is where I'm facing right now. The entity keeps the fake sun, as I've already captured, at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's over the direct edge as the fake sun moves closer and closer to being at the top of my head. That's how I'm able to capture it at the top of the building. And the more and more I document, the more the entity is engaging in seeking to avoid being seen, the light source itself. This is the demonic. Well, that's why I'm referencing it that way, because you're dealing with Satan. It's not the natural environment. And having the sky covered in smoke will never erase that documentation. It does not erase the established pattern of conduct, and it does not change the fact that it was ever captured, and you already know the pattern of conduct with the fake sun. It should never be here at any point, even after 2 hours from now. This Motel 6 and Hesperia is not the center of the universe. It does not take 12 hours for the gaseous ball of fire that's in constant movement to move from one side of the building to the opposite. That's not the sun, okay? And that is speaking to what's impossible to be the sun over you, whatever county you're in, if you're in California, to be literally even on the opposite side of this block, because the fake sun, there's only one. That's how exclusive this evidence is. And that's how I have the fake sun directly over the top of my head as I'm inside of this building, inside of my hotel room at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in alignment with me, and at 8 o'clock when the entity is keeping the fake sun right here over the edge of the top of the building. All right, it's based on where I am as I move. That's how you get the fake sun over the hallway window. And by the way, before the entity is, again, this checker mindset, the highly unintelligent army of minions who are surrounded by evidence. The light activity that's occurring at nightfall, for example, the light activity, the flashing light, the entity is maintaining that while they're walking all around in the engineered light, using their vehicles. The entity is engaged in amplification. Amplification, the sound of the traffic is heard inside of the hotel rooms. That's entirely impossible light activity. Impossible. They're doing it while they know that I'm nude. That's the whole population. Every business, they're going to be, you're going to literally drain all of the pockets. 76 isn't a legitimate business. You're learning that 76 is a domestic terrorist. And they're profiting. All that money that they're profiting, that's a criminal act. And they're going to hand it over. You will not be profiting in the U.S. off of terrorism. In the same way that you're not going to profit off of sex trafficking. Okay, you're not going to profit off of prostituting, pimping people. This is criminal, and so is domestic terrorism, keeping American citizens under surveillance. And that's what 76 is doing while the fake sun is rising and setting over me. And the demons are working at 76. The demons are pumping their gas at 76. The demons are group stalking and engaged in federal stalking via 76. Engaged in criminal summoning at 76. 76 is engaged in it as well, meaning the employees are engaged in the pattern of conduct. They're demons, and I don't have to know them. That's why the specific environment is here. It is currently 7:39 a.m. It's 7:53. The entity has the fake sun seen through the hallway window, and the entity is maintaining a light source for the duration of the day. And what you saw in the sky space last night, that red sky, that's called engineered light. That was a grandiose demonstration of impossible light activity, just coloring the sky, having nothing to do with anything. The dirt on the ground being set on fire is not going to make that sky red. Okay, covering up the fake sun, that's already documented in alignment with my hotel room, is not going to make that sky space over there red. That was impossible light activity. And the entity can state whatever was on fire. They can state whatever they want. You are aware of the demonic behavioral pattern. And the people of the state are engaging in the same conduct that you are looking at, witnessing in the environment. They're stalking with methods of light. They're stalking in the impossible light. That's why you have that impossible light activity appearing outside of underneath the crack of the door on the ground in the hallway. And then you're looking inside of the depths of that hotel room where the head housekeeper, who's a demon-possessed group stalker, is engaging in what is presence in the path while that sex offender is keeping a woman under surveillance, because that's what she's doing. And the impossible light activity is the evidence of it. And because they're holding towels, you're not avoiding a prosecution. And because you're doing it at this point in documentation, you're going to federal prison for impunity and malice, imposing an impermissible threat. P.O.C. It's currently 7:40 a.m. This is P.O.C.